though the entities list has almost every entity you need to work with, the scripting tool is actually a separate application. You'll find that there's a text-based scripting tool, and there is also a graphical-based scripting tool. You will work with both of them. There is a difference in the capabilities of the two scripting tools, but for purposes of this tutorial, we'll stay focused on the graphical scripting tool. So the scripting tool consists of a palette, a work area, and a selection and naming space for your various scripts. You'll see two tabs here. One says the script list, and the other says the list of available predefined icons available for scripting. If you've got an ECC, you're going to find that you have a very large palette of available icons to use in the development of your IVR applications, things like SQL Connect to do a database lookup, etc. If you have a contact center, you will not have as rich a library of icons to work with, but we are on an ECC, so what you have on the screen here is appropriate for the ECC. The CC, contact center, will be a smaller list. So the first thing you're going to do is name a script. As you saw when we defined the service, we said the music on hold source was going to be something called sample music. And sample music is a very simple script. It's already been created. It's a default in the system. If you want to use it, go ahead. The music is nauseating. And what you'll do, however, is to click on that play file icon, which was obtained here in the list of available scripts. Play file, and you'll drag it out into the workspace. But this one's already been created, and down here you'll see that you have a place in which you can select the file. So there's a file out there in the root directory called sample_music.wav, and as you might suspect, it's a WAV file, and in this case we've got play in a continuous loop. That's clearly something you're going to want to do with a file. Sometimes a file is just to play me once and move on in the script to something else. For example, you might play a file and then say, I want to give the caller the option of entering some digits, at which point I'm going to play the file and then I want to connect to my auto attendant here. So we'll come back to that as an example. The play music file has already been defined for you. I've also gone and created a TAC Q1 play file greeting, and this is going to be the first WAV file that people hear when they come in to the service and they're queuing, waiting for the next available agent. So they need to hear pre-recorded information. I've gone ahead and made these recordings already. You are going to want to create your scripts beforehand so that when you write your scripts you can link them to a WAV file. So we'll go ahead and create the WAV files beforehand. Take the time to write them out, record a few, and store them away. They use the same format that you use on the ShoreTel PBX system. There are a number of predefined scripts available to you. The ones that are immediately useful are like this guy here. Let me get rid of this before I cause some problem. We just want the music on hold to play continuously, loop while the caller is on hold, and listen to this horrible, hideous music that's standard with the system. You can go ahead and change that. So let's go create a new script. and I'll just say new script. It comes up, it's the 12th script. I'm going to kind of change the name of it to, let's say, tech. I try to give things useful names, so this is Q2. Now this file has a prompt that says, if this is an emergency, press 1 now. Otherwise, you know, have you checked our website and looked at this, that, and the next thing? It's just the recorded information that you would expect that a caller be listening to while they're waiting in queue. But this one's going to be a little bit different in that it's going to give the caller the option to bail out. So I will need a couple of different icons. First one I'll need is my play file icon, and the other one I will need will be the one that kind of looks like an auto attendant menu. And so we want to go ahead and create the call flow. So when a call comes into the system that is related to this script, and when we go back to services, we'll see how they connect. And I want them to hear a file that I have previously recorded, and this has got a browse function there. The system comes with Spanish, Hebrew, Arabic, English files that you will use in the creation of scripts. I've created my own series of recordings, and I've got one here called TAC 2, press 1 for an emergency. So I've already recorded that. I know what it says because I gave it kind of a useful file name. We'll go ahead and put that here on the play file. So play this file. When you come into the script, play the file called press 1, play that file. I don't want it to play continuously. I'm going to clear any DTMF that might have been accumulated in the buffers by a previous call. And I'm also going to say that if the caller presses a digit, go ahead and stop the prompt. No, you know, they're already dialing something. So as I said, this WAV file is going to say, you know, we love you, please hold the line. If this is an emergency and you can't wait, let's go ahead and press 1 and you'll be transferred someplace. So after that is played, I want to go here and collect my digits. We're going to give this menu, and the digit we want here is 1. Well, what are we going to do when they press 1? Well, we want to transfer them someplace, so I'm going to go get my transfer icon and put that here. I'll connect the digit 1. Notice the little red highlight. So I'm going to select 1, and I'm just going to drag it over here. And if I press this icon, it will give me the opportunity to specify where I want to send that transferred call. And I say send it to extension 130. We'll talk about call profiles some other time. Is there a timeout associated with this if they don't do something? The default is 20. And we probably should do something with the call after they've selected the transfer. In this case, it's going off to 130. You can create quite an elaborate auto attendant here, and each of these digits can go off to some other activity that might include collecting digits from the caller and looking up something in a SQL database, things of that ilk. But this is how we create the basic script here. I'm going to go back and save the script. And we now should have our sample music script, our first queue message, and our second queue message. And that's how you set up a very simple script. And let's jump back over to services, and I'll show you how this plays into the service definition.